To create an animation of the robot, I've opened up a new file, clawbot_robot_animation. In here, I've created a floor and a wall. I also measured the distance from the front of the bumper bar to the wall and added a constraint. Let's have a look at that. It's about 22 inches. It's just an approximate size. Using drive constraint, which is kind of useful, I'm going to drive these constraints. Now that 6.6 inches is from the bumper to the front of the robot. Let's drive that constraint. Change the view, and you'll see that the robot goes from its original position and stops just short of the wall. This is where the scoop will pick up the spherical object. To make that happen, I've added some other constraints. So between the base of the scoop and the floor, there's a 0 angle constraint. And you may recall that for the arm, I had created a 0 degree angle and called it Drive Me Claw Arm. I've now suppressed that and added a second constraint. What I did was I dragged the arm down so that the bottom of the scoop was on the floor. I'll be using that in the animation. The next thing we want to consider is when the robot is moving, we want the wheels to rotate. In my animation, I'll actually leave that out, but I've set it up for you so you can include it. So let's have a look at that 62th gear, and we'll see I've suppressed the align drive gear constraints. They would prevent the wheels from moving. I did that on the other side as well. To drive the wheels, what I've done is created a 0 angle constraint between the top of the shaft and the top of the C channel. Let's see how that works. It's called Drive Me Shaft and Wheels, and again I'm going to use drive constraint to prove that it actually works. So from 0 degrees to 30, I'll start that off, and certainly the front ones are working. Checking the wheels on the other side, and yes, those are working correctly as well. So I'm now all set to create the animation.